Sarah. This is Mookie Blaylock, my 2014 Ram ProMaster that my mom and I built out together. We're at Schoolypalooza here in Arizona. Okay, so this is my kitchen area. I decided to go with this L shape. I just liked the way that it used this space and just allowed me to have really a ton of counter space over here. I know kind of the biggest concern when I was thinking about going with this was the availability to get to the front cab area, but I honestly just like hop on top and get over that way, and it's been totally fine for me. I know that wouldn't really work for everyone, but for me personally, it's totally worth it to have this space. And I actually just modified these cabinets from existing kitchen cabinets that I got at the Restore, Habitat for Humanity Restore. I just made them a little bit narrower, and it was wild because I found these cabinets that just fit perfectly here. Like, I didn't really change them this way, just how wide they are this way. I actually just put this little table on here a few days ago, like while I've been on the road. I mean, I had the idea, but just didn't get to it right away. And then I can also take it off. It's just Velcroed on there, and I can put it on top of my sink to just allow for some like extra countertop space as well. So in here I have like all my toiletries. I honestly have more than I need right now. And then a ton of like arts and crafts supplies on like the lower portion. And then here is where I keep like all my cooking stuff, like bowls, plates, pots, pans, my little Omnia oven, and this is also the control for my diesel heater. And then I have these two drawers. They don't work that well, but they're drawers. This is where I keep like I have some mugs and just like kitchen tools, silverware, that kind of stuff. And then in here I have like, again, some more toiletries, toothbrush, scissors, baby wipes, all that good stuff over here. Okay, so because this was like an existing kitchen cabinet used in like a home kitchen, I actually have a Lazy Susan, which I wasn't really sure how it would work out, but I honestly really love it. And right now it's not as full as it could be, but it's kind of just extra pantry storage and my dog food and a few other things like that. Things do sometimes fall out, but it hasn't been as big of an issue as I would have thought. So I'm actually really enjoying that use of space. Okay, so I have this curtain here. I just bought it online. It's like supposedly it's like a blackout insulated curtain. It's a little bit heavier weight, and then on the back side it's black. And I originally thought I would need to get like full window covers for the whole front area. That's something I might do eventually, but for now this is working really great, and I have been in some very, very cold weather, like -2, -10 degrees. And this has done a pretty great job of insulating. I also like how at night, if I want to be a little bit more stealthy, it is just black, so it's not as obvious that, you know, I'm in here. And it does a pretty good job of keeping the light out as well. And then Ram ProMasters, I believe they all have this overhead storage area. I've honestly found it a little bit of an awkward shape to really get things super organized in there. It is really nice to just keep some of those bigger objects that don't really have a great place, like an extra pillow, some of my window covers, my like reusable grocery bags, and some backpacks, and I think my yoga mat is also up there right now. I do sometimes have to like get up here to be able to fully reach, but like I mentioned, it's kind of fun for me to be able to climb on it. So the upper cabinets, I actually went the first like 3 weeks without any upper cabinets, and then I seriously just went to IKEA and got these. I am really happy to have this extra storage, and honestly it was really nice to not have to build them from scratch since I was already on the road. And they just open up like this. I have mostly, this is like pantry storage, extra food and stuff like that. And I also don't have anything like intentionally securing this stuff. And so far nothing has like moved or fallen out. I do have intentions of getting like extra security just for the peace of mind, but I've been on some pretty bumpy roads and these haven't even opened, so. I was just very inspired to realize that people can live in alternative ways, and it just kind of planted a seed with me that has stuck with me for a while. And I've always been interested in traveling, and more than anything else, being in nature. I kind of have just been realizing that for me, I am happiest when I spend a full day in the outdoors. And so when I first graduated from college in spring of 2020 and went like straight into a 9-to-5 working as a kindergarten teacher during that difficult time, I just felt more and more like that wasn't working out for me, and more like I really needed to challenge myself to do something different. When I was first deciding to pursue building out a van, I really thought I would be taking it on all by myself. But I'm just so lucky and so grateful that my parents were very excited and supportive about it. And to the point where my mom became extremely invested in learning about van building. She watched all the videos. Like, I honestly think she knows more about the ins and outs of building a van than I do. And we both were really into it. So she just I didn't ever have to ask her anything. She just was like, okay, let's do this together. And it was so special to share that experience with her. So this is my sink area. This is just a sink from IKEA. I'm really happy that I decided to go with a slightly bigger sink, and I don't think I would want anything smaller than what I have. It would honestly be nice to have a little bit bigger, just because doing dishes is already hard as it is, so I really appreciate having this space. My water system is very simple. I just have these, I believe they're 6-gallon jugs. These are both fresh water, and this is my gray water one. The gray water just dribbles down through these plastic pipes here, and then I have a foot pump for my fresh water to get to the faucet. I was very surprised to see how long each of these 6-gallon jugs lasts for me, because I'm not taking showers and stuff. It's mainly dishes, drinking water, water for my dog, that kind of stuff. So I think most recently it lasted me 4 days on just one of them, and I have 3. I have another one in the back, and it worked out so well that this cabinet just happened to perfectly fit these 3 jugs. I did not plan that, but it works great because they don't slide around and stuff. So these are actually real Subway tiles that I also purchased at the Restore just for a couple bucks. So I wasn't originally planning on doing that, but when the opportunity struck, I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. They've worked out really well. I was kind of worried that they might crack or fall down, but it's been totally fine so far. This is just some extra cedar around the window. I use cedar wood all throughout my interior walls and ceiling, so I had a little bit of extra that I just used. And I did put all of the windows in my van. It originally did not come with any windows. I was definitely scared to put the windows in, but I think the first thing I did was the fan, and after that, because I did 3 windows and then also a skylight. So by the end of it, it wasn't a big deal. Like, I got used to it pretty fast. So yeah, I have a Max Air fan. I honestly don't know the exact model. Like, it's not the super fancy remote controlled one, but it does have like many different settings and a cover and everything. I really like it. Definitely happy I have that and use it for cooking, and on a hot day it's great too to get some ventilation. This is my little convertible table area. So I just, again, this is leftover from my countertop. It's the same wood, so it worked out well. This is just Velcroed on. I just move it over here, slide these up, and then just place it back on like that. And it's a little kind of short, I guess, because I have this here, but it works out well. I really like the versatility of it. I originally, because I don't officially have a remote job right now, wasn't super prioritizing having a table, but now that I do have it, it is really nice. Like, also if I'm doing dishes, it just gives me an extra place to put things. So I can also transform this table to turn into like a U-shaped couch. And my original idea with that was actually that I would love for some of my friends back home and stuff to come travel with me. So it also allows for like an extra bed area if I do need that. So far I haven't used it as such, but I'm happy that I have that flexibility as well. Okay, so under this bench seat, I have storage. I just have a ton of stuff under here. A bunch of my clothing, my laundry, and just some other bits and bobs. So I do kind of wish that I had it sectioned off a little bit more to just keep it more organized, which possibly one day I will do that. But for now, I just have things in like different storage containers and it's working fine. So I remember in the months leading up to actually getting my van, when this was all just like a dream that I was working towards. A lot of people that I would tell about this would be like, oh, so is your dad building it for you? Or like, you know, are you gonna hire someone to do it for you? And I think that also contributed to like the self-doubt I was already feeling about, you know, learning something completely new and really putting myself out there. But I feel extremely empowered to have taken on that challenge. You know, it was definitely difficult. There were a lot of really hard times. I cried, you know, a good amount. But that sense of accomplishment that I gained from really putting myself out there and really stepping up to these challenges, I honestly feel like I could do anything I set my mind to, and it's like, it's a feeling of confidence that I've never had before in my life. So I'm really thankful for even just purely the build process and the amount of growth. Okay, so under this little bench seat over here, I have my fridge. It is the cooler style fridge that you open from the top. I honestly thought that this would be too big for me, but now that I'm using it in action, like, I wish I had more fridge space. I'm making do, I'm adjusting. I can fit everything I need to. This is a 12-volt fridge, and it is powered by my 100 amp hour lithium battery that I have from Renogy. I also have 200 watts of solar on top of my roof, and I also have a 30 amp DC to DC charger, also from Renogy. And at first I thought that was just gonna be like a really simple, maybe not enough electricity for me, but I would make do. But honestly, it's been working great. I've never run out of electricity. I am really happy with it. It stays pretty well charged. Even when I was in winter weather skiing a lot, and it wasn't very sunny, because I have the DC to DC, which charges my battery as I drive, I never ran into an issue of being too low on battery. So for me, it works well. And then I also have lights. They're 12-volt LED lights, just the standard ones that a lot of van people have. I have 8 of them on my ceiling. And then I have them on 2 different dimmer sections. I have like the front kitchen area for 4 of them, and then the bedroom area for the other 4. This is my bed. I decided from the beginning to go with a fixed bed just because I know I have a ton of gear and things under that I just need the storage space for. It is a full-size bed. It's also really comfortable. It's the most comfortable bed I've ever had, so it's very cozy. I love it. I do have these reading lights on either side of the bed, and these were just totally like a little extra. I think it was my mom's idea to put these in, but I'm very happy with them. They're super nice to have. They have like a little dimmer, and then they also have USB underneath, so I can plug in my phone here really easily. These string lights are battery operated, so they're little like battery packs, and controls are right here. I really like having the ambiance of the string lights, so that's been super nice. And I also like having some of my lights be just battery, not hardwired, just in case I do ever run into an issue with my electric, I still have an option for lighting. So my comforter and any tie-dye that you see in my van, I actually dyed them myself. I have a small business called Rain and Road. My dog Rain and the Road. And yeah, I do hand-dyed clothing, like pillows, comforters, stuff too. I do a lot of custom orders. I am interested to see how transitioning to doing that in the van will actually work. It does require a good amount of water, so I may have to just like get an Airbnb every once in a while to really do the dyeing. But I also do block printing and some other things that I'm excited to start doing in the van, and I think that will work out well. So I decided to go with a skylight over my bed. Yeah, my original vision was to be able to stargaze from my bed. I just thought that would be so fun, and it really is. It's awesome. I also love that if I am camped out in a parking lot or something where I don't want other people to be able to see through my windows, so I put the covers on my windows, but this still allows me to see what's outside, to get some natural light. And if I do hear a noise and I'm nervous and I don't want to peek out my windows, I literally just peek my head up there and I can actually get a pretty good view of what's around me. So that's like an extra perk that I wasn't expecting with the skylight, but I'm super happy I put it in. I put these upper cabinets and all this storage in just a few days ago while I've been on the road, and I'm really happy to have the extra storage. In this one, I just have like all my shirts and clothing, and then over here, these are baskets that I've had for years, and they're metal, so they're like pretty sturdy. They work super well. They've stayed up very nicely. I have a ton of books in this one, and then this one just has bits and bobs. I have like art supplies and my iPad and a few other little things. And then another thing I like about this area is I have the same hooks that I have over there that fold down. And then I put my iPad on them to like watch movies at night, and it's super fun. Just an extra little thing that I put in. I have a ton of pillows here, which may seem like overkill, and it somewhat is, but I also use them, the pillowcases, for storage for like sweaters, jackets, extra blankets. I got that idea from Vanhalla Adventures on YouTube, and it's worked out really well for me because like anything bulky, like my winter jacket, there's not really a good place for it elsewhere. And then I also have a ton of cozy pillows for hanging out. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be really challenged. And in many ways, that is the beauty of it, is like a lot of the growth that I've experienced has come from just going, you know, right up to those challenges and being very uncomfortable and just getting to know sides of myself that I've never been acquainted with before. So I understand that there are so many factors to consider when trying to approach this lifestyle, but I would just say, like, yeah, even though it's challenging, even though it's hard, that is what is ultimately like so special about putting yourself out there like this, and you will probably gain a lot of growth from those challenges. I know I have. Thanks so much for watching my van tour. My Instagram, if you would like to see any of my art or my travels, is at Rain and Road. Rain like the rain that falls from the sky. A lot of people ask me about that. And I also have a YouTube channel at Rain and Road, and those will be linked down below.